Say yes to serving others with the compassion that allows your joy and peace to flow to others. End of quote. So, joy is the energy of love and compassion in expression. If you are in love, you are in joy. Joy is the call of the soul to come out and play, to sing, to dance, and to happily serve our highest good. To express with enthusiasm, and the root of that word is from theos, which means God. The gratitude for this chance to live. If you've ever had a period of ill health and didn't have much energy and were in pain and discomfort for any length of time, remember how great it felt the first day when you were well again and you were glad to be alive? Tap into that joy and gratitude of being free to live in this body again. Let's say it together. Joy is my constant companion. The joy message in it is that every time we experience a crisis, we get another opportunity to discover more about ourselves. When we strip away the worries, the entertainment, the distractions, which keep our minds busy, we have an opportunity to face ourselves at a deeper and deeper level. We get to recognize the inner strength that keeps us going. For the mother who holds it together for her kids. For the spouse who's there for his beloved or her beloved, no matter what life throws their way. That takes courage. That takes resilience. That takes love. And then, in through the cracks come the rewards. Moments of joy, moments of memories, of creativity, even in the midst of what others might perceive as tragedy. Here I'd like to share a little personal story. When my mother was in her last week of life, I was blessed to be able to be with her. My generous sister cared for her in her home in San Diego. And one morning, my sister left us alone as she went to the vet to take her beloved dying cat. My mother was having a good day. She was conscious, she had taken her breathing treatment and wanted to be outside in the bright July sun. I wheeled her out into the courtyard. She asked me to take her around each flower bed so she could look at, lean over, and touch each flowering plant. She was saying goodbye to the flowers that she had loved her whole life, especially the roses, which my sister had planted in her honor. My mother was radiant with translucent joy. And she wanted me to be happy for her too. She knew she didn't have long to live, but she was glad to be out in the sunshine and to have her family with her, to smell the roses which she had compared to her daughters. I shared tears of both sadness and joy at the same time behind her back. You see, in her early life, my mother lived a life of extreme poverty in rural Poland in the 1920s and 30s. Then came enslavement and torture during World War II in Europe. Yet she endured because of her faith in God. After the war, she met and married my father while living in a refugee camp. He had survived years as a POW. They waited for years to realize their dream of coming to America, during which time I was born. My mother's example was to be an optimist, and she taught me to be grateful for every day, to be happy with what we had, no matter how it might look to others. She showed us the gifts of nature, even when we lived in cramped quarters. She always managed to grow something in a tiny backyard, even without money, because when neighbors and friends saw her passion for gardening, they brought over their cuttings and their seeds. She was thrilled to learn the plant names, like rosemary, and she planted them in every empty pot or container that she could find. From her, I learned that potatoes have eyes that can be planted to grow more potatoes, that trees have to be respected and watered, and then they give generously of their fruit and beauty. Though she went through bouts of extreme sadness over her wartime trauma, she always rallied to take care of us kids and her husband. She was grateful for everything, for every piece of clothing, for every kitchen utensil, for every bird that flew by. She took no kindness for granted and gave back 100-fold to everyone around her. She taught me resilience and joy with her example of gratitude, as opposed to the bitterness I saw on some other people who had similar experiences. She taught me to have faith and hope and to love life and the creator of all life. Though we eventually had our differences about theology, they were never about the meaning of love, gratitude, and the joy of love. So you see, I'm not naive and have been through a lot in my life. My joy has not come easily. But how could I not live in joy when my mother left me a legacy of such joyful blessings? Back with me and affirm, joy is my constant companion. So what does it mean to take the oi and make it joy? For me, it means transcendence. Certainly, our situation is not as dire as the people who are under siege of war. We are free to listen to music of our choice, to sing, to dance, to express love to one another. There is no law in this country that forbids you to be joyful. Nevertheless, the fact of this duality is that we are all faced with times of challenges and sorrows. None of us is exempt from them. We will all experience loss in many ways, of friends, of family, even of pets. There will be crises in the world and health challenges, but we get to name them. As Gabrielle Bernstein, author of The Universe Has Your Back, says, obstacles are detours in the right direction. So we don't have to let obstacles define us. We can transcend them for our growth and for good, even if the obstacles seem to come from limitation or injustice. We are never alone or without resources. We all come from and with the Creator's love and a whole lot of support of angels that take care of us throughout our lives, both the people kind and the winged kind. No one is truly alone because we live and have our being in the presence of our Creator, who gives us free will to create our choices. So look at all that you have to be grateful and joyful about, even the troubles you worried about yesterday. Choose joy in the face of hardship and make it an act of courage and defiance. Ring those Christmas bells all year round and be an example to the next generation of how loved they are and how beautiful life really is. Please take action to stir the molecules of your joy and do whatever brings that unique joy to you. Sing or hum to calm your body when you feel fear or anxiety raising up. Keep a record of your thoughts in your gratitude journal. Focus on what's working in your life. What brought you joy today? What are you especially grateful for? What miracle did you experience or see today? I like to refer to my journal when I forget to be grateful or indulge in self-pity. The visionary and teacher Judith Larkin Reno put it this way: gratitude is a God link. It is the express elevator to God's heart. There is so much to be joyful for, and we are free to use our creativity to see the joke and own the joy. So dare to live in joy and smile even behind your mask, and feel your heart as open and loving. Find laughter wherever you see it. Here's an example of our Northwest brand of humor. This is a photo my husband took outside of Port Angeles of our local mythical multi-dimensional resident, Sir Sasquatch, who is a master at social distancing and who has taken to wearing the mask. This made me laugh, and I know there are plenty of images and situations to make you laugh as well. Enjoy your sense of humor. Hug a tree, or at very least water a plant. Start a garden, which many people seem to be doing these days. Nothing brings a smile like a flower. Give plants and flowers. Buy one for yourself. Let your own innate joy bubble up in you. Choose that joy, cultivate it, and grow it. Put the J of juiciness together with the oi of the challenges of life, and rejoice at the perfection of both in your life. So, I trust that I have met my goal with this message with you today. To remember to focus on joy in your life. Remember that life is a gift. See things from a bigger perspective and be grateful. And if bringing the J and the oi together still proves hard to do, you are welcome to my joy. I'll gladly share it with you. We can ring our jingle bells and joy bells together and laugh out loud. And so now, let's end with the joy affirmation for today. Joy is my constant companion. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So be it. And now for our meditation. Let's take a deep breath of peace. Another deep breath of relaxation. And another deep breath of joy. Relax into the loving breath of God that is breathing you. And as you relax and let go, allow yourself to think of a memory in which you are healthy, free from worry, and wonderfully joyful. Are you alone or with someone beloved? Or perhaps with a pet? Let yourself feel, experience, and live in that memory. You are smiling inside and out. You are in joy. Breathe. Let a bubble of joy form in your heart And let it get bigger and bigger and brighter until your whole being is inside of this bubble of love, peace, and joy. This bubble is permeable, so your love can stream out. Only love can come into this bubble. Anything unlike love bounces off of it. Your memory fits inside this bubble, and you hold it close to your heart. Your joy, your special sacred moment. You can take this image of this bubble and use it in your life. Wherever you are going, wherever you are, and whatever you are doing. In it, you are safe and well and so very loved by the presence of the Creator and all your guardians. Your guides and angels are all around you, and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is truly well. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And so it is, and always will be. Amen.
Thank you, Rev Eva McGinnis, for that inspiring and wonderful, joyful, thoughtful, and moving meditation. I am sending you a great big virtual hug. Please join me in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. We thank you in advance for sharing your tithes, gifts, and offerings with us this week. Let's take a moment to hold the thought of your gift in mind and join me in blessing our gifts together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I give in love. Please send your gift by mail or go to our website at www.unityintheolympics.org and click on the yellow donate button to tithe by credit card or by PayPal. We're using our imagination today to join in our closing circle. We gather here holding hands and standing close because we are safe in the powerful sacred space of divine mind. Hold in mind the loving thought of a friend or a loved one. See them in the presence, feel them, behold them as whole, perfect, and complete as we bring to life James Dillett Freeman's prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. The health of God flows through us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is truly well. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you soon. Divine love prevails. Divine love prevails. Divine love prevails.